Alright, greetings and welcome all, this is DFuxa. The game I'm going to be playing for this session is called Warfighter, but before I jump into the game itself, I want to lay down a few things of note for it. Out of all the games I basically purchased, like DLCs for Tabletop Simulator, this is probably the most disappointing one I basically bought. And it's not really disappointing for the fact that, there's anything wrong with the game, but the game itself is not really, that easy for me to play. Essentially, there's, a lot of, little things to, manage for, this game. And it's been kicking me in the ass just trying to follow the rules for this game. And many times when I've been trying to attempt to record for this game, I failed to recognize a rule, and it's something I really want to do is try and get all the rules right for this game, but it's really hard to do. I'm basically not going to just worry about it too much for this video, so I want to note that it's very, very possible that I may miss a rule or do something wrong, and just to throw it out there, that's probably going to happen. I know already, so don't leave a comment about that. But let's just jump into it, and I'll try and do the best I can and show off what this game's all about. Now, I'll note that Warfighter here is basically a modern warfare type of game where you go into modern situations like the jungles of the South America to fight drug cartels, or say the Middle East where you fight the insurgents of various countries, or rogue militaries of say Syria or Iraq or whatever. And the general idea is that you're basically trying to complete mission objectives with your soldiers within a limited time frame. We're going to basically play the basic deck here because I don't want to basically take too long basically trying to set up this game, and you can take a long time setting up this game with all the booster packs and stuff, but I want to keep it sort of simple and just jump into the base game for it, and just show off what the game's all about. We're going to play the Jungle Cartel deck because that's a simple deck, and I don't usually win this game to be honest, so playing the simple deck is probably the best thing for us to do, so I can basically see what it's like to get to the end, so to speak. After you basically pick your hostiles, you have to pick a mission objective, so we'll do that right next. These are the hostiles right here, or the missions right here rather. And these are the objectives. For this mission, we're actually going to pick a very simple objective called Covert. And this is basically going to be a very quick mission where we'll only have four locations to get to the objective, and we only got 8 turns basically to do with all the stuff within. So 8 turns, and it's going to be right here. Of the objectives we're going to do, I think we're going to do a cartel boss, which basically has us shooting down a cartel boss in the South American jungles. And I'll put that right there. So that's done. After we basically select our guys, we basically have to shuffle these cards up here, and then we have to pick up a bunch of soldiers and stuff to basically fight these guys with. Now, the general idea for this game is I want to basically try and show off one of each type of soldier type in this game. So we're going to basically try and have one squad soldier, one non-playing soldier, and one playing soldier. And basically the difference between all these soldiers is that 2 of them are basically used for supporting one as the other soldier. So the player soldier is basically your main guy, and then the other 2 are basically supporters for him. Let's grab our squad soldier first, I think. So let's grab Corona. Corona is basically a guy who's basically does dice rolls for you. So he basically gets a couple actions, this guy, and he basically rolls 1 dice to kill stuff whenever he gets a chance. We're going to give him a dice and a D10, 2 actions, because that's all he can do in his turn, and an identification token. I'll note, by the way, this card basically tells you a lot of information here. So up here is basically resource cost for this guy. He's basically worth 10 resource points. This value here basically tells you how far he can move in a turn, or basically how much movement he basically has. So he can basically move by 3 points. This is his cover value when he gets shot at. So if he basically gets shot at, there's a chance that 50% of the time he's just going to avoid a shot. And this value here basically tell you how many actions he has, how many what's his chance to kill at, let's say, range 1, and chance to kill at range 0. And up here is basically his hit points. As this guy takes damage, he'll basically get less effective in combat. So you want to keep these guys healthy, or else it's going to get worse for you as you go on. Alright, that's our squad soldier, so basically get rid of those. Let's put down a non-playing soldier next. There's basically 3 non-playing soldiers in the booster game. So of them, let's put down Foster here. Now, the thing about this guy right here is that he comes with some equipment, so we have to basically go through the weapon deck and give him that equipment. So we're just going to go look for an M4 Carbine, which is right here. He's also got himself an M9 pistol, and that goes right there. And he's also got himself one grenade right here. On top of this guy's weapons, he's also got himself a skill, marksman. That's right here. And his rifle also has the ACOG sight. Or his carbine has the ACOG sight. So we're just going to grab that from here. Now this guy has got weapons, and this actually uses ammo. So we have to get ourselves one grenade for his grenade. He's going to have two 9mm clips for his pistol. I'm just going to lock these down so they don't move. And he's going to need 5.56mm ammo clips for his rifle, or carbine rather. Now Corona here, he gets free actions for his turn, so we basically get to throw down an extra action for this guy. And he's basically set up. He's going to be player number 2. Now, I'll note by the way that these guys have resource costs, and I basically can't exceed the resource value for this mission. There's basically a total resource amount of 37 for this mission, so right now this guy's taking 12 of it, and this guy's taking 10. So already I've basically taken 22 points of resources from my guys, and I've only got 15 more to basically throw on my player soldier. So from these guys here, we want someone who's fairly cheap so I can put a lot of equipment on him, I think. Like this guy, Thomas. Putting him down, I've only got room for 8 more pieces of equipment to put on, so we're going to basically put down... Let's put down a shotgun for him. And we'll give him the sniper rifle. And let's also give him Agile, my guy. Now, this basically adds up to be a total of 37, all his resources here. So basically we're done with all the resources distribution. Let's give this guy player number 1. And he's going to take a couple tokens here. And let's just get into it. So once you basically have your guys equipped, here's setup for this game. Basically you have to set up the region, shuffle the cards, select the mission, equip the soldiers, place the counters, deal the action cards. So that's going to happen next. Basically for dealing action cards you have to go look at this guy's health, and then you have to deal up 5 cards for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these are basically special actions this guy can do on his turn. By the way, I should also have some dice out for these guys, so let's put it out right now. We're going to drop some dice for my guy here. And why not, we'll drop some dice for the enemies too. Alright, so that's basically all set up, that stuff. The only thing I've left to do is basically put down targeting counters for these guys, so we'll just do that right now. I'll note that this cup is basically used to determine who the enemy is going to fire at when you basically place them in action. So it's very possible that, say, we'll have an enemy firing at, let's say, this guy, for example, particularly, and you basically use this to find out that who's they're going to go after. We also need to have a couple of tokens over here, so we'll do that right now. I'll note by there's It wouldn't be a tabletop similar, video from mine if I didn't have like me forgetting about the MPV player, but whatever. I'll note by on top of like the fact that basically like these identification tokens over here I can use. There's also these little figures you can use for this game. I'm not using them because of the fact that they're kind of bulky to put on the cards, so we're just gonna stick with like the traditional little identification counters for my guys to show where they are on these like cards. Alright, so at this point we're basically ready to play. Now the idea for this game is that I have to basically play down locations so you basically get to the cartel boss. So at the start of this game, basically this guy drew like 5 cards, and none of them are on location, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Basically what we're gonna do at this point, we're gonna basically discard all these cards here, and this guy's basically gonna draw and redraw, which is an action he can basically do on his turn. These guys have a limited amount of actions, but basically this guy has to draw to try and get himself location cards, so we have to basically draw to try and get it right now. Alright, I just want to do a quick, look through here to see if I, messed up something. Okay, so, I'm just going for the bottom of this deck because I just shuffled this card, but apparently, I'm just having really bad luck drawing a location card. Just to make this sort of make this a little easier for myself, let's say that I'm gonna keep drawing and redrawing until I have location cards in my main hand as like a house rule, and that's something that's known about this game. Basically this is a game that the rules are basically very rigid in that it's a very tough game, and just to have not to have a location card at the start of the game makes it even harder. So let's just say until I have a location card in my hand, I have to basically draw and redraw all my cards as a house rule for this game. Nope. Okay, we're just gonna throw this all back here and reshuffle the deck, I think. Deal 5 more cards. Alright, finally we have some locations. So these are basically location cards here: jungle, village, and wetlands. And we basically use these as building blocks to basically get toward our objective. The nice thing about having free locations at the start like this is that basically I can choose what locations I'm basically going to go through. Though I have to watch out for what they're what they basically entail as they get into it. This jungle, for example, entails I have to pay experience for it. And it's got a higher interest cost, and it's got a reinforced value of 0. While, for example, this village basically has a reinforced value of 0 to free, but lower cost for jumping into. And then these wetlands basically have a reinforced cost of 0, but they basically have an action to play for it. I'm thinking that for our first thing here, let's play this wetlands as our first action. Now to basically play this card, I have to pay an action for my character, so I have to do that right now. And we also have to populate this place, and it's basically got a population of 4 hostels. So we put down 4 hostels for his location. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll look by the value basically you use for determining how many hostels you get. You basically look at the point value here. So this guy's worth 1 value point, this is worth 2, and this guy's worth 4, and this guy's worth nothing. Slow going. Alright, so this is an event you can basically get. This basically means that I have to add 2 to the interest cost of the next location. Not very good to have, but oh well. This is going to go right here. And we're basically going to fight these guys over here. So of the enemies we basically place, we regard ourselves a drug runner, a thug, and a lookout. This lookout here is something very special about, and that basically is screened by thugs. So if there's a thug in play, we can't attack the lookout. You have to basically attack this thug before we get to this guy right here. Now, after I basically put these guys, I have to put down targeting tokens for them. So basically, this is going to be targeting player number 2. He's going to be targeting player number 2. And he's going to be targeting player number 3. So these guys are going to basically shoot at this guy right here, Foster. And this guy's going to be shooting at Foster. And this guy's going to be shooting at the squad member over here, Corona. Now I basically played those cards. We basically have to deal with these hostiles. I'll note by the way that from these hostels right now, these guys have to move up to us to attack them, but this guy can attack us from where he is right now. So I'm very interested in possibly killing off this thug and then trying to kill this lookout with my guy. Let's try and use this guy right here, Corona, basically trying to shoot at him. So when we're basically rolling to fight these guys, you have to basically roll 1 dice here, a d6, against this guy's cover. So he's basically going to roll to try and get 2 or more. and we have to roll against this guy's range. So right now he's at range of 1, and he has to roll 6 or higher in order to get a kill. So let's see if we can roll a D2 on this dice, and D6 on this dice or higher to get a win. Alright, we rolled a 3 and a 2. A 2 is not enough for this guy to basically land a hit, but a 3 is enough to pierce this guy's cover. When you basically have like a pierce of a cover, but a miss of like of a kill shot, you basically have to suppress the opponent. So this guy gets suppressed over here. With this guy suppressed, this guy's open to be attacked, so I can now attack this guy with another guy. So let's have this guy fire at the lookout now, if he can, and see if we can land a hit on him. Now I rolled a 2 and a 3. A 2 is not enough to hit this guy's like, cover, so I actually missed this guy. I actually didn't even hit his cover. And a 3 is not enough to basically hit him at all, so this is a complete miss. And if you completely miss a guy, you don't do anything to him. You just waste an action firing at him. So this guy just uses action firing at this guy and he missed. But just so these guys are other actions that are basically use. Let's have this guy go. He's basically going to fire his weapons at him. I think we'll fire off the M4 carbine. Actually won't because he's, not able to. I think what we're actually going to do. Let's actually fire the sniper rifle at the guy over here with my guy over here. The sniper rifle basically has a chance to hit a 7, and I basically have to roll, the cover roll of 3 again for this guy. So let's see if we can do that. Now I rolled a 5 and a 2. A 5 easily penetrates this guy's cover, but a 2 is not enough to basically do anything to him. So basically we're going to suppress him with my sniper rifle, and that's going to be it for this guy's action. Now, at this point, we basically have this guy to do his stuff. Because this guy's got a short-range weapon, an M4 carbine, it's actually in my interest to move him up to basically attack this guy. So let's have this guy move, and he's basically got a movement of 2, and he has to basically enter his location, which requires an interest of 4. To basically enter, I basically have to sacrifice 2 cards for this guy to move in there. So let's sacrifice, for example, take cover and suppress. And we'll basically use those cards for this guy to get his 4 movement to basically move over to the wetlands. So player number 2 moves over to the wetlands for an action point. Now that's basically in this this location with these guys. He's a little bit closer, and he can actually use his attack at range 0. And that basically means to have to roll a 6 for his attacking. -1 for the ACOG sight and -1 for the marksman. So this guy's fairly accurate, even more accurate at close range. We're going to fire full, not full, but we're going to fire a burst shot at this guy, which basically means we're going to fire off 2 dice at him. These 2 dice right here. And I basically have to roll a 4 with this, in conjunction with this stuff. Basically have to roll 6 -1 for the ACOG sight and -1 for the marksman. Basically we have 4 on one of these D6 dice to land a hit. And I also have to get a 3 to pierce this guy's cover over here. So we'll see if we can do that. He rolls a 5, an 8, and a 10. So this guy not only manages to kill this guy, but he also manages to pierce his cover. That's a KIA. When you basically kill a guy, you basically put one of his enemy killed in action tokens on him, and you basically kill the place on a reticle. If you place this on all the guy's reticles, they're basically killed in action, and they're removed from the board for the most part. So this guy got removed from the board. When you remove an enemy from the board, you basically place an experience for their value, so this guy's worth 1 experience. And this goes to the guy who killed him, so it goes to this guy right here. And I took a turn to do. Next, we're going to have this guy maybe fire at the lookout again, so we'll fire another burst shot at the lookout. We rolled a 3, a 2, and a 5. Now, because I rolled a 2 on this weapon, I have to basically reload it, so we're going to basically lose one of our ammos. But we also rolled a 5, which in conjunction with the ACOG sight and marksman means this guy landed a kill shot on the lookout. So this guy gets killed, rather than be suppressed, and move him from the board. And we're going to get another experience for that. Now I want to note, by the way, that you can basically hold up to free experience on these guys, I think, in the base game. So I think what's supposed to happen is that if you have experience for these guys already stacked up, you can't get any more experience. I'm probably going to disregard this rule and just have it so these guys can get as much experience as they want, and they can use it for other stuff later on in the mission. Basically, there's stuff that you can pay experience for, like say this jungle here. I pay experience to play it, and I might just choose one of this guy's experience points to do it. So there's that. But I think you're not supposed to actually do this. You're actually supposed to actually have it so that you have to pay more. Basically, if you like, keep getting experience with these guys, you can only like, keep up to like 3 points of experience and then you're done. But anyhow, at this point, we basically use up all our action for these guys, and now pass this to the enemy's turn. Now, because this guy's in the wetlands, I have to draw a reinforcing card because basically because it says reinforce 0, I have to draw reinforcements for this guy. So we basically see the enemy pops up to help this guy up over here, and a drug runner basically popped out. This guy's got a value of 1, and I basically have to have a value of 0 or less, basically to like drop in people here. So this guy doesn't come into board, and we don't worry about him. Now it's time for this guy to do something. This thug. He's basically suppressed, so he can't do anything, so the only thing he can do is just remove his suppression token, and that's basically it for his turn. At the end of the enemy turn, we basically move this to 7, and that's basically it for these, like, this guy's, like, turn. Alright, so it's basically our turn again. These guys get their actions back. What we're going to do right now is basically have my guys advance for most part, I think, so this guy needs to have 3 cards to advance, and this guy needs to have none. For the wetlands, I think. Oh no, he just 1 because it's an interest cost of 4. So let's have this guy advance Corona. He's going to spend 1 action, and he's going to spend the village here in order to advance over to the next tile. So player number 3 is going to advance over here for an action. For this guy's action over here, because he's basically got like not enough cards for his guy to advance, I need to have him draw some cards to advance. So we're going to use one of our actions to discard and draw. We're not going to discard anything, but we can just basically draw up to our handler again. So we're going to draw 4 more cards to get up to our handler of 5, because, we still have 5 health. No, but if I had less health from this guy, I'd be only able to draw up to those amount of cards. So, if, for example, I had like 4 health, I would only be able to drop the 3 cards, because I'd be able to, that basically hit my max of 4. But anyhow, we basically now have like our cards to basically enter the next location. I'm going to basically have him spend up some cards to basically get in there, I think. So, let's spend Steady Aim, Suppress, and Snapshot to move over into the next location, player number 1. And he'll basically move over here. Oh, you know what? I forgot about something. This guy's got Agile, so he actually pays 1 less movement to basically move over to stuff. So let's keep the Suppress, and he'll basically move over to this location with 1 less card as a result. This is something to keep in mind. You want to basically keep in mind for, what skills you basically have in your soldiers, because they basically help you out, and you want to basically factor in like how much they help you out too. So there's that. Anyhow, basically all our guys now in like this location right here. Let's have let's actually play the jungle at this point. So we'll play an action to or not an action, but we'll play an experience from this guy to play a jungle, and I'll go right here. Now it's worth knowing that this card is basically going to require me to like pay an interest cost of like +2 to basically get into it. But before we do that, we have to basically populate for some guys. So let's actually get ourselves up to 4 value of hostiles for this location here. We got ourselves a higher muscle, and we got ourselves a drug runner, and we got ourselves a leader. Alright, now I've basically got a couple of special guys in here, the higher muscle and the leader. This guy here, when he's basically drawn, it will actually cost me to have to move him to the front most location for my guy, so he's going to move right over here, our guys over here. And this leader is basically going to be able to be screened by thugs when they're in the location with him. And he's also going to be able to inspire guys. This guy's pretty badass, because basically what he's going to be able to do, he's going to be able to essentially cause his guys to basically, what can I say about them? They're basically going to be able to remove their suppressions while this guy's in play. So I really want to take care of this guy really fast. But for now, we got these guys over here, and we're going to basically give them hostile target encounters, so you can see what we're going after. He's going after player number 1. He's going after player number 1, and he's going after player number 2. So these guys have basically been drawn, and I've got higher muscle in their territory as well as these guys over here. I think what I want to do right now is have this guy. He's going to fire at the higher muscle, so we're going to fire off. Oh yeah, it's worth knowing that because this is like empty clip. I have to reload it, so we have to spend an action to like disregard that clip there and reload our clip. And we're going to have him basically fire, I think, at the higher muscle with a burst shot again. So let's do that. Okay, he rolled a 1, a 5, and a 2. Because he rolled a 2 again, he has to basically discard another ammo. And because he rolled a 1, he was not going to kill this guy. But he did roll a 5, and a 5 is enough to suppress the higher muscle, so we'll do that, at least for that guy. And for his guy's next action, we'll set him basically, discard this empty clip. So that's it for this guy. I still have basically this guy capable of doing stuff, I guess. So let's have him actually fire a sniper shot, I think, at the leader here. Now, the leader basically has a very high cover value of 5, so it's very hard to hit. But I want to note something as well. The sniper rifle actually has a chance to hit in penetrate cover by 1, so I only have to roll a 4 on my D6 dice to basically hit that guy. And on top of that, because of that range of 1, I have to roll a 7 to basically hit him. So let's see if I can do that with that guy here. He rolls a 1 and a 5. That's near enough to basically penetrate cover or to hit him, so we just waste our action fire our shot. So that's it for this guy's turn. And this guy over here, he's basically going to aim at the leader as well, because I basically want to make sure he's not able to inspire troops, because if he inspires this guy's going to be no longer being stressed, he's going to be able to fire at us. We roll a 4 and a 10. Now, a 4 is not enough for this guy to pierce his cover, but a 10 is enough to basically suppress the leader. And once this guy's suppressed, he can't actually use the inspire ability or the reinforce ability, basically has to do anything, so we're basically good on that front, and it now passes over to their turn, I guess. So basically right now, this fog can attack us and this drug runner can attack us, but before we get to that, we have to reinforce the location. So we draw a card, it's going to be a smuggler. A smuggler has a value of 3, which is over the value of 0, so we're not going to worry about it. It goes right here. But these guys get to attack us. So first things first, this fog's going to attack us at range of 0. So he basically rolls 1 dice, and I cover roll against player number 2 here. He rolled a 3 and a 3. The 3 is enough to basically pierce this guy's cover of 2, but because this guy needs a 5 or more to inflict a wound, he's just going to inflict a suppress on the guy right here, Foster. That suppress will have to be removed before we can take another action, but before we get to that, let's see what the drug runner does. Now this guy's at range of 0. He can't attack us right now, so he's going to move right here for now, and that'll be his turn. At the end of the turn, these guys lose their suppression, so we'll lose those right now. And the mission target goes to 6 turns. Alright, so at this point, a lot of these guys are with us right now. I'm actually really tempted to try and take out the guys who are with us more than the leader over here, I think. So let's have my guy over here. I'll know if I have to spend a turn to basically get rid of the suppression. We'll do it right now. But we're going to have this guy over here fire a shotgun blast, I think, at the higher muscle to try and kick him out. So we're going to fire the shotgun, the M4 shotgun, which basically requires a 5 to kill, to hit that guy. We roll a 4 and a 3. Unfortunately, a 3 is enough to basically deal with this guy, so we're just going to suppress him. And that'll take an action. And we'll also fire off the sniper rifle, I guess, at the leader again to try and kill him, to either suppress him or to kill him. We got a 1 and we got an 8. The 8 is enough to basically hit him, but the 1 is not, so basically this guy gets suppressed. And that's all he basically does. That's for his turn. Now let's have this guy basically do his stuff. I think at this point, because both of these guys are going after player number 2 and they have a range of 0, I'm very tempted to actually move this guy up. Actually, I can't do that because I don't have the interest cost for this room, this tile. But alright, let's have this guy fire at the guys who are with him, I guess, right now. He'll basically fire, I think, at the drug runner first. This guy, so let's do that. He'll just fire a burst shot at him. He rolled a 6, which is an automatic pierce of cover, a 5, and an 8. An 8's enough to basically kill this guy, so we kill off the drug runner, and he gets an experience point for it. And let's have him also fire at this thug as well, I guess, for an action. He rolled a 5, an 8, and a 3 for that guy, so we managed to kill a thug as well. Now, it's worth noting that the thug has a value of 0, so it doesn't give any experience for being killed. So he's going to remove him and play, and that's it. Alright, so at this point, we've basically eliminated, both the guy right there as well as this guy right here. I think for this guy over here, I may want him to move up, so let's have him do so. Now, something to note about is I've got something called On Point here, and basically I can play this whenever I'm the first soldier to enter a location. Basically, if I want to, we're basically going to use this token to activate this special feature for any soldier. Normally this will only be used for a soldier that's playing it, but if you play an experience point for this guy, any soldier can use it. And this will basically allow us to upgun it, so that basically will basically reduce the interest cost for his jungle by 4. So we're actually going to have like an interest cost of 1 now for his place. And to represent that, we're just going to go over here and put down a 1. It'll only take 1 point for a guy to get in there. But I still have to get my guy in there, so that will require that I basically spend like, you know what? I actually can't, I guess we actually can't play this, but I still have to play, basically, you know, into the place of this guy, so... Okay, here's something about these rules. The games where his rules are not really, like, straightforward on, like, what you're supposed to do, and they're not very clear sometimes. This is, like, you know, basically, I'm going to enter this location, but do I have to actually play this card to, like, you know, get into the location first? Or do I actually have to, like, you know, play the card, and then I reduce it right at that point because it's the first one entering? It's basically question 2 of his like thing. Do I actually and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with this, so you know what we're gonna say for a house rule, we actually can't do that right now. You have to pay 2 cards in order to get over there, so I'm gonna save this card for now, and this guy's just gonna basically fire, I think, for his turn, I guess. So let him fire basically twice at this higher muscle. I'm gonna keep this in play for now, it's slow going. He rolled a 6 and a 1, or a 7 rather. A 1 rather. So he didn't actually do anything with his first shot. His second shot goes to 6 and 8, so we're going to basically kill off this hired muscle and ruin from play. He's worth a value of 2, so my guy gets 2 experience for killing him. And that'll be it for our turn there. Again, we have to reinforce the location, so we'll do that right now. It's going to be a smuggler. Can't do anything with that guy, so let's throw him over here. And this guy can't do anything because he's suppressed, so let's remove that suppression token. And that'll be it for him. Now, it's worth noting, by the way, while this guy's in play, he's actually going to be able to, like, you know, well, I guess he doesn't have, like, what I expected him to have. One of these, like, guys I killed over here, Lookout, he actually has something very special that actually stops you from, like, you know, going into places. Just to make a note. And if I want to enter this location with this guy active, he would have basically, you know, up the cost of, like, entering the location. But the leader doesn't have that ability, so at this point, what we want to do, I think, I'm going to basically, you know, discard and draw for this guy, and we'll basically drop the 5 cards for this guy over here. And the reason I'm doing this is so I can basically move this guy up here, I think, to hit the leader. So, ooh, I got advanced cards. Advanced cards are really good for moving my guy forward, but we're not going to move my sniper forward, but we're going to move the other guys forward. Let's see here. Because this has like an interest cost of 3 and like a +2, let's actually spend like we're going to upgrade one of these cards over here, the advanced card, for this guy. And player number 2 is actually going to advance up to the jungle for his turn. At the same time, we're going to basically play this on point, which basically lets us reduce the value of this thing if I upgun it. And that'll basically let me reduce the cost of, like, you know, interest location for player number 3 by a lot. So basically, player number 2 is right here. We're going to basically remove this feature from this card. And now we're basically going to reduce this to 1, because I know I can at this point. So that's basically done for these guys. We'll get rid of these experience points for them. It will take a turn for this guy to go up there, so he takes 1 action doing that. And at this point, this guy, if he wants to, can run up there and be able to do it for free, because he's basically able to match the interest cost of 1, so move up player 3, I guess, for an action. Now, it's worth noting at this point that these guys are now in a separate location, so when I get to the reinforcement page, I basically got to reinforce for, like, you know, both these locations if, like, player 1 remains here. And I'm actually going to have this guy remain here because he's basically got the advantage with, like, the sniper to attack at range, so why not? I'll just leave him out of range for that purpose. So let's have these guys start firing at stuff, I guess. So these guys can fire at the leader, I guess, so let's do that. Okay, 1's not able to do anything, and a 1 basically means that he does nothing, so nothing happens to the leader with his shot. This guy's going to fire a burst shot at the leader, I think, so he rolls a 3, a 1, and not a 6. At close range, this guy's able to at least suppress the guys, so we put that on. And we also have to basically reload because of the 1. So that happens. Now, we're feeling over here, I got something called reloading. If I pay an experience point, which I don't have, I could actually reload with my guy. So let's actually do that. We're just going to pay 1 experience for this one over here. Now, I want to note, by the way, that I'm not really sure, but I think another thing about this game is that basically if you're using like double experience, you're supposed to pay like double experience, like, you know, for like a single experience action to upgrade it. But we're going to say if you have double experience, you can basically, you know, pay like 1, you know, separate into like a single experience token. And we'll basically use this reload to basically, you know, reload the weapon for this guy for free. That's what the reload card basically does for you. Basically, when you play for any soldier, you may perform a reload before, like, without spending an action. And I'll basically let this guy fire again if I want to, which I think I want to do. So let's have him basically go again. And he rolls a 4, another 1, and another 1. Ouch. So basically we managed to use up another ammo for this guy. And he's, you know, even less ammo for this guy to use now. But, oh well, that happens. Alright, so at this point, it's now this guy's turn. We have to basically reinforce the location, so we draw for guys. We got ourselves a Thug, and we got ourselves a Drug Runner. Now, the Thug can actually enter this location because it's basically reinforced 0, but the Drug Runner can't, so he goes out over here. The Thug is able to do something because he's, you know, he's basically entered play and he's able to fire stuff, so let's give him something to, like, you know, fire at. He's going to have to player number 2. Because player number 2 is over here, he's actually going to take his turn to move over here for his turn. And this guy's just going to be, you know, suppressed, so he can't do anything, so we just move that. We go to turn number 5 at this point. Now, at this point, time's kicking down for my guys, so I have to basically activate the cartel boss at some point to basically deal with it, but there's also these 2 guys to deal with, right? So I probably want to deal with them as well. What we're going to do right now, I think, we're going to basically discard and draw for this guy again. And he's going to draw 3 more cards. And he got himself a couple good cards here called Prepare Fire. Prepare Fire basically lets me like play for any soldier or myself, and basically I can treat my defeat cover rolls as being 6. So basically for this guy who's got the cover roll of 5, I basically made his cover mute. We're going to use this guy to fire off his sniper rifle at the leader. And he's only got to roll, you know, 1 dice for it, so he's going to try to basically fire at this guy. He only has to roll a 7 in order to basically kill him. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, rolled a 5, which I don't really need, and a 5. So the 5 wasn't enough to basically kill this guy, but it wasn't enough to suppress him, so he's suppressed. And he can't do anything. For my other guys, let's have him actually fire this Thug too, so we have to just spend time to get rid of his reload, so get rid of that done. Let's have this guy maybe try to burst down this Thug if he can, so we'll fire down another roll here. He rolled a 6, an 8, and a 2. Yet again he has to reload his weapon, but he did kill a Thug, so that's out of the way. And that's basically another action, and he has to spend another action to kill the reload. Now it's worth knowing that these reloads are really hurting me because I've only got, like, you know, 1 clip left. If I run out of that clip, I can't fire my M4 carbine anymore, which is really bad. So I want to be very careful with this guy's ammo just at this point on, but whatever. At this point, I don't want to basically do anything with my other guys, I think, so let's have this guy just fire at the leader with his 2 shots, and maybe he'll kill him. He got 4 and a 1, which basically means he does nothing. And he got a 4 and an 8, which means he does nothing again. Now, I want to know, by the way, I want to be well prepared for the Drug Cartel card, so let's actually basically, you know what, let's just have that guy fire at the leader 2 of this guy with a sniper rifle, and maybe I can get a kill him with, like, you know, if I'm lucky, so we'll do that. He rolls a 5 and a 7, which isn't enough to kill him. So we managed to kill the leader with my sniper shot there, so he's out of the picture. Killing him basically means I net 2 experience for it, so we'll do that right now. And that's his final action for this guy. It comes to the enemy's phase again, so let's see what they basically do. We're basically reinforcing these locations, so we ourselves a sniper who can't come out. And we got ourselves a leader who can't come up because this is a reinforced location 0 as well. And that's going to be it for a turn. It advances down to mission timer number 4 now. Now, at this point, by the way, my guys are basically going to, like, you know, be well ready to fight this cartel boss. So let's have him basically activate this right now. We're going to have this guy activate the location with one action. And that means that this action is now active and we can populate with guys. So we populate this up to 6 guys of hostiles. So we'll do that. We got a drug runner in here, a rocket team, a hired muscle, and a drug runner. Now I want to note by this rocket team, he's basically screened by thugs and drug runners. So he's actually behind these guys right here. This guy's going to move up again over here. And we're basically going to put down population on these guys. So he's got a 1, he's got a 1, he's got 2, and he's got a 2. Now, it's worth noting this guy has a range of 0, so he's actually going to try and chase down my sniper over here. And these guys also are also like range 1, so they're going to chase down my guys as well. This guy over has a range of 2, so he can actually hit whoever wants to. And worst of all, he's going to be able to wound all people if he fires. So he's really dangerous, this guy. I think what I want to do for now, we want to basically try and pick off this guy over here because he's the main threat. So I'm going to get my guys to start firing at these drug runners. So let's see if we can take him out. This guy will fire first, I think. So he's going to fire drug runner number 1. He rolls a 4 and a 6. Unfortunately for him, he's firing at like a range of 1. So a 6 is not enough to kill, but it is enough to suppress. So this guy's going to get suppressed. And he'll fire again at the other drug runner. He rolls a 1 and a 4. So that does nothing. This guy here. I'm going to have him basically move up, I think, because... Actually, you know what? We're just going to have him fire, I think. Never mind what I was just saying. We're just going to have him fire. Okay, he fires off a 4, a 4, and a 6. At long range, with an ACOG sight and a marksman, this guy needed to basically have a 9 to basically kill -2 for 7. So he needed to get the 7 to hit, and he only pierced the cover, so the other guy just gets suppressed. But this guy's now open to fire at the drug team if he wants to. So I think what I'll do with the drug team, let's just fire off 1 dice at him to kill him if I can. We got 1 and a 10. Now, a 1 here basically means that I'm unable to pierce the cover of 3 here, but the suppression will basically prevent him from firing off, you know, a devastating shot, hopefully. Basically, this guy now has to fire a 7 or 9 to basically inflict 2 wounds or all, or 10 plus to inflict 4. So that's going to help out a lot. Plus, I still got this guy to fire as well. So let's have this guy fire off the sniper rifle at the rocket team, I think. So let's do that right now. He gets himself a 6 and a 6 basically, which basically means he's not able to hit. Well, actually, he is able to hit this guy because he's got a range of 2. Basically, he's back here, this guy, so he's actually firing 1, 2 over here. And the sniper rifle actually has a bonus where as far as it fires away from stuff, it has a chance to hit. So basically, he managed to land a kill shot on his like guy over here. Now, this is worth knowing, by the way, because this guy's suppressed and this guy's killed. This guy can't do anything next turn, but he's still active. So I need to land another kill shot in order to get rid of him. So let's do that if I can. We're basically going to fire at this guy again to see if I can kill off the other rocket team guy. And we got ourselves a 6 and a 3. So unfortunately, the 3's not enough to basically do anything to this guy. We're just going to basically, you know, suppress him again, which does nothing. But if I want to, I'm going to do another snapshot, which is basically a chance to basically perform an action without, you know, swinging a turn. So we'll do that, and we'll have my guy fire 1 more time at the rocket team if we can. Okay, roll a 2 and a 6. Because we're using a sniper rifle, it has a penetration of 1, so we basically beat this guy's, you know, penetration of 3 with that. And roll a 6, which is basically enough to kill the other guy, so we basically kill off this rocket team with my player number 1. So he goes over here. And gets some experience for it. And it passes to the player's turn now, or the enemy's turn. Now, because I'm in 2 locations, I have to reinforce again, so we'll do that. We got ourselves high muscle, we can't do anything. And we got ourselves a rocket team, which we can't join in because it's too much of value. Alright, so basically they can't reinforce the locations, but they do have one guy who's able to move, so move over here, this guy. These guys are going to lose their suppressions, so we'll do that right now. And the mission time will advance to 3. Now, something to note, by the way, is that these guys are going to basically move to try and get in range of my guy, which means I'll basically leave this guy open to attack. And this guy over here, the cartel boss, he can be sniped by my guy over here, so I'm actually going to try and let these guys come to me, I think. So, what I want to do with these guys here, let's have player number 3, I think, fire at the Drug is going after player number 2, I think, so we'll do that right now. He got 2 and a 10, which means he suppresses him, which is not really what I want, but whatever. We're going to fire again. And he rolls a 6 and a 9. So this guy's going to manage to get killed over here. And that'll mean 1 experience for my guy right here. And the reason I'm basically killing that guy is because I'm going to try and advance with player number 2, I think. So player number 2 is basically going to possibly advance next turn. But right now he's basically going to fire, I think, backwards at this high muscle to try and help player number 1. So let's do that. We're just going to use the M4 carbine at long range, which is not ideal, but it'll still work. So he fires once, and he gets himself a 6 and a 6. Not to do anything, but it's enough to suppress this guy. Let's also have him basically, fire this guy again, I guess. So fire for a second time. He rolls a 5 and a 6. Again, that's not enough to basically do anything, and he's already suppressed it, it does nothing. And he rolls again, and he gets himself a 4 and a 9. So he actually managed to kill the higher muscle, which is very nice. I'm good with that. We'll get some experience for that. Now we still have this guy over here, but he's going to advance next turn. And what I want to do with possibly this guy here is possibly just like, draw and redraw if I can. So let's actually use our, discard to basically get rid of suppress for now. I'll draw a few more cards. That's a good card to have. Basically, whenever I declare an attack, I can use this card to, attack, the cartel boss and possibly reduce this card to 0. That'd be very good to have. Steady aim's also pretty good for reducing, the amount of, attacking enemies I need to kill him. And reload's also basically good if I need that as well, but I'm good with that. Now, I do have another action of this guy, but I don't want to basically do anything with him, so we're actually going to have this guy just wait, play number 1, and we're just going to do nothing with his turn. Alright, so basically pass this to the enemy. This guy's capable of doing something, but before we do that, let's reinforce the location. So we got ourselves a sniper, he can't come in. And we got ourselves a loss, which basically can't happen because it's too valuable. Now this guy can advance, so he's going to move over here. And that'll leave the cartel boss open to attack. And the mission time will go down to 2. Now it's basically my turn again, but the cartel boss is basically open to attack. Now I think you have to be in the location itself to basically attack people, so let's actually have one of my guys move up. And we're going to basically use these cards over here, move out and advance and move up there, I think. Basically there's an interest cost of 4 here, and we need a little bit of help getting over there, so we're going to use this action right here, and we're going to upgun it for my guy here. Player number 2, I think, for him to get into this location. So player number 2 is going to go over there. And now he's basically able to fire at the cartel boss. If I complete the objective, basically I win the mission, so let's see if I can do that right now. He's going to fire all his dice, all his M4 carbine at this boss here and see if I can kill him. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, he rolls a 6, a 10, and 8, which basically means he lands a kill on this boss. I need to have 2 kills on the boss to kill him, so we have one MKI on him. And for a second action, let's have him throw a grenade at him. So a grenade is a very powerful weapon for killing cover, and it actually gets 4 dice rolls to kill him. Plus it also has a penetration on it, which is also nice as well. So he throws this grenade. It's a 5, which basically beats this guy's cover easily. And it's also got, you know, an 8, which basically lands a kill shot, which means to win a mission. So basically, there's like a brief, like, you know, overview of what, you know, this is like. I maybe like come back to try and do another mission with like the insurgents just to show them off. But you basically get the idea of what's this, like how this game sort of plays with, like, you know, this like brief introduction hopefully. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and take care. Now, look, this is not a game I was very happy to play, but I am happy to at least show it off at least once, so there's that. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and take care.